I don't. I don't. I don't. I'm okay. I don't know what just happened like 2 minutes ago, but I'm good. Hype for this game, but BOON versus Car Crash / Denial roster playing under new name here. So, taking a look at these teams here over here on Pugs Crash. I believe the name is correct. Pugs Crash. Okay. Pugs Crash playing over here on the right side. We are going to be having Tage running a pretty typical Guardian build here. 6 runes of the Soldier as well as Staff. Mace focus with his Cleric's Amulet, and the traits are going to be 0-5, 30-35. That's your pretty typical EU standard Guardian meta there. Again, going to be playing Bunker for this team. I Vanish You White playing on Thief at the moment here is now going to be playing Dagger Pistol with 6 runes of the Scholar as well as his Shortbow with the Berserker's Amulet, and the traits being 10, 30, 0, 0, 30. Again, really high damage, but does need to watch out for his positioning because he can be a fairly squishy character. Can Scout playing Ranger here at the moment is going to be running with 6 runes of Grenth as well as Sword Torch with Axe Dagger in addition to the Settler's Amulet, and the traits being 10-0, 30-30-0, running Tri-Spirits and the Spirit Ultimate as well. So pretty typical stuff coming out from him as well. Lots of support to be had and a very annoying character to deal with indeed. Posse going to be playing Necromancer for this team with 6 runes of the Nightmare as well as his Staff, Scepter Dagger, Rabbit Amulet, and the traits are going to be 30-20, 0-0-20. Lots of Kandi damage to come out from him. There's going to be a lot of use in the team fight. And now going over here to read it backwards, running the tag BOON, Muldrak Hunts as well, going to be running Spirits, but is going to be a little bit tankier because he has chosen Carrion Amulet over the Settler's Amulet that Can Scout chose to take as well. Is not going to be running 3 Spirits, will have Lightning Reflexes, which you can use to roll himself out of any team fight scenarios he needs to get out of. Moving on now to BOON Empa for this team, their Bunker Guardian. Actually, very interesting build already we're seeing coming out from him. Running with 6 runes of the Soldier as well as Mace Focus with the Staff running Settler's Amulet, interestingly enough. And then the traits are going to be 0-5, 30-35. So pretty much basically the same thing that we are seeing Tage run. However, for whatever reason, he has chosen to run Settler's Amulet. So we'll have to see how that does play out. And I'm not sure if he's actually... We'll have to see how that plays out. Moving on now to Cypher. Sam playing Mesmer for this team is going to be running with 6 runes of Alyssa as well as Staff, Greatsword with the Berserker's Amulet. And the traits are going to be 20-20, 0-0-30. So this is your pretty typical Shatter build. Lots of high damage that is going to be rolling out here. Very high bursty class, and we will see that come into play. TFL Venturi going to be playing Necromancer for this team as well. 4 runes of the Nightmare, and I believe 2 runes of Lissa here. 2 runes of Lissa. Going to be running with Scepter Dagger, Staff, as well as the Rabbit Amulet, and the traits, again, going to be 30-20, 0-0-20 here. Lots more AoE Kandi damage. Definitely going to be a good team support utility there as well. And then last but not least, we do have Sensotix playing it also on Mesmer for this team, running with 6 runes of Lissa. 6 runes of Lissa, yep. As well as Scepter Pistol, interestingly enough, and Staff with the Rabbit Amulet, and the traits are going to be 0, 30, 20, 20, 0. And he is rolling with the new Signet of the Ether as well.
Yeah, man. So, now that I'm not noobing it up and muting myself, in addition to, like, oh man, I am, wow. Sorry, guys. Apologies to you guys watching the stream. I messed up. Whatever. I can be heard now, and that's a thing. But Sensotix's build, he actually has told me about this build, and I have yet to try it. But from what he says, it is pretty ridiculously awesome. You'll tell these guys to R up right about now, but it's a build that is gonna be like. Just watch what he does. We'll focus on it a lot because the guy is ridiculous. He says, I am sexy. I would not disagree with that. He's a very, very sexy man. And we're going to go into this game hopefully very soon. Now that we're just waiting on Super and Can Scout to get into this, but I'm excited to see this. We're going to see Super, Vanish, Can Scout, Posey. Is it Posey or Posse, Blue?
I think it's Posse.
I'm pretty sure it's Posey.
Well, we've had our disagreements about name pronunciation before.
Yep. Well, I'm going to keep saying it my way, and then we'll see based in chat.
Well, that's you, Quija.
Yeah. So, shout out to Quilja. I got you, bro. I got you.
Anyway,
the game's about to start. We're going to check out these splits. It's going to be awesome.
Hold on to your
And
points.
yeah, so we're gonna see that we're gonna. Oh, there's a 3-man split here from the blue side. BOON gonna go ahead and do something interesting going here. Ventari, Empa, and Cypher going to head towards Posey. Posey scouts it out for his team. Can they do anything to stop this push? We'll have to see. Vanish going immediately into the fray. Gonna go ahead and shadow step in and then out. He doesn't want to take all of that damage. Drops the SR. Gonna try and stealth up, but Cypher Sam just brushes him out of there. It's like, nope, no stealth for you, man. Vanish gonna go ahead and continue to go in on people. Let's see where Sensitix is going, though. He's Captain Henge. He needs to go somewhere, and he's got to push very far. What's really interesting is that this comp has 2 Mesmers, man, and that is something you rarely see.
Yeah, with the added new Signet, we are seeing a lot more Mesmer abilities coming, or a lot more Mesmer builds coming into play here, and that has sort of opened up the possibility for a dual Mesmer comp to come in via sort of a or an illusion / phantasm focus comp that Sensitix seems to be playing here, and then you still have that burst comp too, which should still be viable in the current patch, and it so far at least seems to be working out pretty well. What I believe was a very odd offensive 3 pushing over to the far point. When taking a look at it, it seems like the red team is going to be able to defend that, but it looks like they were almost able to take the midpoint and their home point regardless of that anyway.
Yeah, man. And so I'm still on Sense right about now. He's going in on Tage. They're doing a great job. They're up 34-15, doubling their opponent's points here in the early game. Let's go in on Vanish, see what he's doing. He and Posey are trying to work their way up towards mid. They've kind of just given up. They're not given up. They've finished off everything in mind here and just have to settle on middle as the next point they want to go after. Posey going to chase down Moldrak and Sense. Sense, what are you doing, man? Let's go in with him as he goes in. Tries to do some damage on Tage, but his teammate behind him is going to take him too much damage. Going to heal him up with Ventari, but gets feared away. Tage coming in for the stomp. He gets finished off, and yep, that's the stomp on Moldrax. He was really close to getting a res there, dude. That's really disappointing, man.
It was really close, as you saw there. Really, there's a little bit too much AoE there for the blue team to overcome, and with that, obviously, he did get stomped out. Now, we do have Vanish as well, doing an excellent job at picking his targets wisely, working with Pause here to make sure Connies are applied when he does go on them so that the heals are being negated a little bit.
Just excellent job. Ventari.
Yeah.
Oh,
nicely done indeed. Really nice job all around so far for Team's Pugs Crash.
Yep, Vanish gonna go ahead, drop the SR, try and heal up, try and get that stealth once again, and he will get it this time. Now Tage is doing lots of work in the mid, keeping everyone at bay, keeping his team represented on this point here, and he's 3v1ing. Actually, he's dropped that symbol, trying to stay inside of it, trying to stay healed up, and he'll be just fine. Look at him, he's like at almost full health here. He's got no endurance left, so he's got to run away, but he's doing great.
And they have bailed off the point, as you can see right now. They did leave Sensitix there to be the down body on the point. He's going to get stomped out in the next couple seconds here by iVanish. But with that, he's going to be falling back. I probably believe he's heading back over here to his home point now. That's pretty good. Just fall back, get your... but actually, he's progressing to the far point, which is interestingly enough. Just move up there, get the far point, and as it is with this map, you can go for the side point strategy, and it can work pretty well.
That's right. Can't Scout, Cypher Sam, and Ventari are going at each other with Tage actually on the point right now. But if we check out mine, we're going to see Moldrak, Hunts, and Super going at it, and Super's just chasing him down. Super's going to go ahead and take the hammer to his face and drop into the downstate, and he's also going to take out the Sun Spirit while he has the chance as well. So he's going to go ahead and try and do just some standard damage on Moldrak. Going to go in for the stomp, but will Empa be able to stop him? No. And there's that first place winning trophy, man.
Indeed, there it is.
I love that. It's such a great finisher.
Now, I would like to talk here for a second about Empa's choice in Amulet, which is...
Right, the Settlers, right?
Yeah, it's very interesting to say the least, because he has almost no Condi damage that he could throw out here, at least not that I'm aware of. But for whatever reason, he has taken an Amulet that's secondary statistic is Condi damage. And I'm just not really sure why he has chosen to take that.
I wonder if it's a mistake. You know, he doesn't.
Yeah, it's weird to say the least, but I mean, maybe we can get an explanation from him on that later.
Yeah, man. So Sense getting feared off away from mid. We're gonna see what Tage is up to. He's about to get dropped out by Moldrak, and so you see this blue force. They've got both their Mesmers over at Henge. They're gonna cycle back out and put some pressure in at mid where that portal was dropped. Great portal play from both those Mesmers. Gonna come in and get some pressure on, but Can't Scout. You know, he's forcing everyone back. He's got all of his spirits up pretty much, except for the Spirit of Nature Renewal. Let's go in with Can't Scout, see what he's up to. Spirit of Nature Renewal is on cooldown. He can pop it out if he decides to go ahead and do that. I don't think he thinks he's in trouble yet, though. Sensitix is really low, taking tons of damage. He will not get... There he is. Now he gets dropped down. And pretty much everyone is wiping from the side of Read It Backwards BOON here, which is a lot of trouble for them. They need these points right now. They're 170 to 92 down, and that's not good.
No, it is not, obviously, as we do have that 100-point lead with the 2 cars being held. We do have Pugs Crash holding a pretty consistent lead for the time being, and they're pretty nice at holding the 2 points too. You can note as well, they are at the moment sort of going with the old paradigm strategy where they sort of just move themselves around off the points and actually keep these little skirmishes going on the side points. This was something that Team Paradigm was sort of signature for doing, and it really worked for them because it allowed them to take out the numbers, take out 1 or 2 people before the team fights actually happen, and because of that, they allowed themselves to have a numbers advantage of the team fight, which obviously would lead to them winning when those actual team fights happened.
That's right. Now, as you've been talking, Blue, there's been a massive fight on Beach where Cypher Sam got taken out by Super and Vanish. Now we're going to see that Sensei has realized that Can Scout is going for the Chieftain, and they're going to send 2 people over here to deal with it. Now we're going to have to see who actually gets this kill and who gets denied, and I'm really interested because if BOON gets this could be the beginning of a little bit of some momentum, and they do get it. They're going to be 149 now, just behind 100 points. Now they start team fighting. If they start coming together and communicating, they can actually start taking a little bit more dominating team fights, which they haven't been able to of recent.
And we noted this as well. Again, they're fighting off the node here at the moment. This is going to be Pug Crash. That is, they absolutely just denied read it backwards from trying to go for the far point. They had 3 people waiting on the beach, and they tried to go for the far point through the beach. Just nope, 3 of them just stopped that from happening and forced them to redirect to mid. So they are going to be a bit scrambled as they go into this mid fight here, as they did have to change up the strategy.
That's right. We did see Sense drop that portal and go immediately back to Henge, knowing that something was going to happen. That's Vanish coming in, realizing that there's someone there, and it's going to force them back to mid. Really, we're going to see Super. The number advantage for now is okay. Now it's officially gone, but it was in there for BOON for like a second. They were 4v3ing, and with Sensitix leaving, hence we're going to see Vanish go straight into it, and that's going to be trouble for him. He realizes that his point is being decapped. He has to run immediately back, and it's going to be a long run. And that's there's the newt, and the capture will probably be halfway, if not 3/4 of the way done before Sensitix gets on that point.
Yep, we are going to have Sensitix coming in here. We'll have to see. I don't think Vanish is actually going to want to fight this just because of how much passive stuff he's going to have to deal with.
The truth is, they don't care about that point. They just want to keep their numbers better. They want the team fights there. And if they can keep Sensitix out of the team fight, that's another person that's more Condi damage they can keep out of that fight.
Yep, and back in here in the mid-fight, too, we do have some of the members of the red team starting to get low. We have Super in the downstate at the moment. Tage and Can Scout are dangerously low. So, obviously, getting Vanish back into the fight there is definitely going to help out with that.
Yeah, man. I'm watching Mentari trying to get something done on mid, getting feared into the point there, and Super's just going along with him and chunking him down as he goes along with it, and hammering him away at him and keeping him down. Another set of fear coming out. It's just he's having such a hard time, and so is Empa, just keeping their health up. Like, it's really hard for them to just stay alive. And Tari's dropped. Here's Tage with the stomp, and he gets stealth up last second, my sense, and that's a great play from him. But, will it be enough? Empa is down as well. Sense can't really exactly turn around and get that guy. Tage might get the stomp here, and he does.
And with that as well, Sensotix and Ventari were suffering a little bit too much from the AoE cleanse that was coming off, I believe, from Vanish throwing in cluster bombs. Sensotix, I think, had the portal out there, but unfortunately just missed the activate on that by a couple seconds there, and unfortunately, as such, was not able to get himself out of there. So with that, we are going to be seeing Pug Crash take that. However, not without a loss of their of their home point, which they're going to be getting back just a second, though, because Can Scout's recapping that right now.
Well, Can Scout's actually gotten there in time to like deal with it. He's got it, no problem. And they're gonna have to start pushing. They really don't have to start pushing anywhere. It's really BOON that has to start pushing, and we will see Can Scout go for Spawnier right now, go for this, and just sort of like try and end this as fast as possible. And this will just start like. This is the beginning and the end right now. You've got Sensitix down in mid and like dying against Super. You've got Vanish putting a lot of pressure on Moldrak and keeping their Spirit Ranger at home, which you really want that in a team fight as well. And now Spawnier is going to go down, and now it's 419 to 242 for the side of Pugs Crash here going into game 1.
Indeed it is, as you're going to see. Again, probably going to be pretty strongly going into the favor of Pugs Crash at this point. Blue team is behind exponentially, and as well with Pug Crash only being about 70 points away from the lead, it's more than likely going to go in their favor for this match. And they're holding strong on the home point, mid-point securely in their favor, and their Warriors probably going to decap, if not full cap, Hand just a second as well in their favor.
I would be honestly surprised if it did not go to Pugs Crash right about now, actually. I'm not even sure. It is possible, but things would have to go terribly wrong, and I don't think that Pugs Crash is in a position to let that happen at all. You look at Henge right now; it's Super going for it. We're gonna see Chieftain going up from Moldrak, but that's just not gonna help. It's not gonna change the outcome of this game at all.
Yeah. So looking into the next game here, things we could be seeing changed on part of the blue team here, on part of BOON. Definitely Empa. I really just am not sure what he's going for with this amulet here. I would personally suggest change that out to clerics or soldiers, or something that's a little bit more stable for guardians. I just really don't know what he's trying to go for with this Condi damage on the amulet here. Not bashing the build or anything. It's just me having a hard time seeing what he's trying to go for with this. As well, not sure that the double mesmer thing. I don't think it's working. So I don't think Sensotix's build is doing what he was attempting to do. He is starting when he is on the. I think he may be trying to aim for side notes with this. But just note that I'm not this huge source of mesmer knowledge, so everything I could be saying might be wrong here. But like I think if he may be going for a side note build with this, but they're just. I'm just not seeing him like on these solo side note fights enough to justify that. So maybe the double mesmer thing isn't such a good idea.
Yeah, I agree. And it's now 5-on-1 points. The game's officially over, and we're gonna go into game 2. But I really agree. I don't know what's going on with Empa's build right now. With just the amulet, the rest of the build is totally fine, to be totally honest. Yeah. But I'm kind of underwhelmed by Sensotix's build. He wasn't able to he was telling me it was like a lot of damage. Okay, well, the sustainability and the mobility, he's not taking advantage of the fact that he can be anywhere and everywhere at all times. The mobility that we can see coming out of that build, the potential for it is amazing. There were some really great portal plays, but I feel like there could have been more, which is something that I really hope to see coming into game 2.
Yeah, indeed. We'll have to see how it does play out, as we are going to be on Legacy of the Foe Fire.
Yep, I'm going to go ahead and change the scores right about now and then jump into the game as we go into this. But, Blue, this is sort of... I really hope we don't see another 2-0 here, because these teams are very good. Both of these teams are extremely skilled and talented. Yeah.
We have a lot of really good names, especially on the side of Pugs Crash here. Posey as well, Tage, iVanish, Ken Scout. All these are from very prominent teams, including Car Crash, Denial Esports. This is a really strong roster, and as well over here we do have Sensotix, the popular YouTuber, and as well the other members on this team, such as BOON, Empa, and Ventari, have been seen in past tournaments as well. So there's some pretty strong players on both of these teams.
That's right, man. Let's see. Has Empa switched it up? Nope, he's still got the Settlers, man. Still rocking the Settlers. I want to know what, there's... Is he trying to burn people?
So...
What is the logic?
So someone in our chat could probably honestly explain this better, because and again, I'm lost at this point with it. I really don't see it. I apologize if I'm being narrow-minded here. The burning, no. I'm just with if the trade spread was different, I could maybe see it, but I'm just not seeing it.
Yeah, I don't know.
And I apologize again. I do apologize if I am missing something here. But yeah,
I don't.
There's not much more to say on it besides that.
Yeah, man. It's gonna. Hopefully, I want Condi Guardian to be a thing eventually, but I think that the only Condi output that we have as Guardians is just burning. So
yeah,
it's hard for me to wrap my head around it. I hope that there's got to be some logic. There has to be. I just want to know what it is. So let's check out the map, Blue. You can do the splits this time.
All right, so the splits are going to be coming up in about 10 seconds here, guys. We were just about ready to go with round 2. BOON, Empa, read it backwards, going up against Pugs Crash over here on the red side. Gates about to open up in 2 seconds. Let's open up our map and check out the splits. Coming directly out of the gates here, we are going to be seeing what appears to be Posse the Necromancer over here for Pugs Crash, making his way to the quarry point for his team. As well, the other members of the red team look like they're going to be going for a 2-3 split now, as well with the, they look like they're going to be going aggressing far point in just a couple seconds too. Tage will be going mid to bunker for them. Other than that, though, pretty normal split on blue team's part. Note that they did actually catch on to this far point push that was going to come in from the red team by sending 3 people to their home point. But yeah, and it looks as though it's going to be consisting the fights mainly at mid here in just a couple seconds.
That's right. I'm watching Super go in on, I think that's Moldrak is definitely about to take a lot of hammer damage and bow damage to the face here. Tage is here as well. And now the double Mesmer team has sort of come back to the area here to start pushing. But Super is just going to go ahead and run through everything that everyone's throwing at him and just go immediately to Moldrak. He wants that kill. He wants Moldrak's head on the platter for his, his trophy room, I would say. But he's going to have to run away and go back to mid, heal up for a little bit, which, it won't take very long for him. He's going to take down Sensotix's illusions there, but Sens is fine. He's at full health up on top of the ridge. He's got his He's actually about to take out Posey.
Indeed, Posey will be going down in just a couple seconds here. BOON Empa as well going to be going into the... Actually, no, he managed to heal himself up there, so he's going to be okay for the time being, but he is going to be forced to evacuate off the point for the time being and running away. We'll be having Super chase him, so he may be going down the next couple seconds, but he's still passive regenerating, so I do think he's going to be all right once he makes around that and gets back to mid.
Yeah, man. So I'm still watching Senstic, but like check out where Super is. He's sort of cycling around the back here, trying to catch someone off guard. I think he's just going to go straight to Waterfall and decap this, and he's going to put a lot of pressure on there. We will see Posey fresh off the respawn go into mid fight, and this is where the bloodbath is right now. Just so much fighting going on in mid. No one's really taking the side points except for Super, and we will see that Senstic has realized this. He's going to go straight in and start the fight here on Waterfall.
And indeed, we did see that happening. And just to explain, finally, as there was much suspense around it, with BOON Empa's amulet, the choice were there. I kind of did see this at first, but you know, like the Condi damage was kind of throwing me off there. But with the 798 toughness there on BOON Empa's part, it is going to make him a lot more tankier, and that's actually seems to be the rationale behind taking it. Don't know if I agree with it, but that is what it's going to be. It's going to allow him to tank on teams that are going for more damage-focused compositions, like we may be seeing in the new meta now.
Right. The question is that what Pugs Crash is running? It doesn't seem to be the optimal choice.
Pugs Crash is a fairly balanced composition, I would say, between it. So it's like kind of right for it, but it's kind of running for it at the same time because they do have that pretty even, you know, two damage focused, two Condi focused DPSers on their team. Yeah,
man. And then so we're gonna see Cypher Sam getting taken out here, Quarry being taken by Posey, and we're gonna see the scores are exactly even here, going at the 12-minute mark in at 62 for both sides. Mildred, though, he will get dropped down here, and we're gonna see Kanska going in for the stomp, and he'll get it, no problem. Super rejoins the team in the mid, and they will start capping, but Ventari gets on point before anything can happen.
Just like that.
And indeed we do. This mid fight still continuing on as it notoriously does in these high tier matches. Mid node, with it being huge, much larger, I believe 2 times larger than any other node in the game here. The fights here do tend to go on for much longer, and we have seen some games where the mid node has gone completely uncapped for 8 minutes or longer, and I think that we have seen games where it's been uncapped the entire game. So, well, it may be some time before we see this mid node get capped.
That's true. Vanish going in on, I think he's going to go train down Cypher Sam probably. Yep, going straight in on him. Going to take some damage, but he's not able to drop that Mesmer just yet. It's actually just a matter of time, but he does. There is a portal right there. If he can get out, he'll do something there. And yep, he goes straight out of that fight, and I think Vanish is going to chase him down. He knows exactly where he is, and he knows that it's pretty much his job to take out the Mesmer right now, or both of them.
Yeah, indeed. With him being able to jump around that much, he wants to be able to take out those Mesmers and get them out of the fight, because they are just something that, generally speaking, you don't want to have to deal with the Mesmer there, because it can just be so annoying, especially Sensotix's build, I think.
Yep. Well, he just got taken out. Sensotix is down. Cypher Sam kind of juked around. He kind of evaded Vanish for a little bit. He's healing up, trying to get back in the fight, but here comes Vanish. He knows exactly where this guy is, and he's going to take him down.
And indeed, nicely done indeed there by iVanish.
Definitely, and he's actually being chased away by Cypher Sam. It's just such a back and forth engagement by these two. They're Bassy into another combo, but will it be enough? He's blocking damage. He's thrown down the null field, but you know, is it? No, maybe. He's really close to dying, about 1.5k health, 1.7, and the rest of his team though is kind of letting him down because they're getting 3 capped right now. It's 174 to 82, 0 income. Cypher Sam getting taken down. Empa is trying to get him up, but Empa has to retreat back into their base to heal up, and Cypher Sam does drop down. It's BOON Empa throwing down all the symbols he possibly can to try and stay alive, rejoin the fight on the other side of the wall here, but just Red is being extremely dominant. We're going to see Can Scout in the mid dealing with Sensotix right now. Let's go ahead and watch Sensotix as he tries to do something here in the middle point.
Let's go check out Sensotix here. Let me get onto his point of view. Again, just being the really annoying Mesmer at the moment, having all the illusions out, relying heavily on keeping those illusions out as well due to the Signet of the Ether here. He's going to be really just a pain in the butt to deal with. But seems as though, again, it's just not really, doesn't appear to be doing what he needs to be doing here. I don't know if he's just not getting the damage out that he needs to, but I don't know, it just seems like really underwhelming to me. I'm just not sure if it's working or not.
I think it needs a little bit of fine-tuning, but as it does any build that is 2 days old. Like, we have to keep in mind that the patch happened 2 days ago, so it's not, like, the meta doesn't change in a day. Rome was not built in a day, and neither was the Great Wall of Ascalon. which is a lore drop for you PvE guys. But Tage over here in the mid being taken on by Moldrak. He's going to be joined by Cypher Sam and the rest of his blue compadres here as they go in on this one Guardian. But there's Vanish to try and support. Vanish taking a lot of damage as well. He's about half health and just under it. Taking out Cypher Sam. Tage going for the stomp. He will not get it as he warps away last second. Vanish going to go ahead and try and heal up. Pops his Bassi. Who does he decide to go in on? And it's Moldrak. Bassi's that guy, but he will run away immediately. Rolling out of that. Goes into Tage's symbol there for a little bit of heal. He drops the Spirit of Nature Renewal. Nothing will save Moldrak if he drops down now, and Tage is going to try and get him damaged up as well.
Yep, and indeed, mid-fight definitely looking like it's going to go into Red Team's favor here with Moldrak going in the next few seconds. We do have Sensor Ticks coming in, but I do believe he is going to get taken down fairly quickly here by the members of the by the members of the Red Team. However, we do need to know he is leaving a portal there, jumping into stealth, and now falling back to his home point. So that could open up for something very interesting in the next couple of seconds. If his team does decide to push far point, the option is now open for if they sort of all in on far point, he can also pop that portal open and suddenly change it up to be going into mid instead.
That's right, but you know, if Pugs Crash decides to end this game, it is officially now that they can do that. The doors are open. They can walk in if they decide to do so. But will Sensitix, will Moldrak, Empa, Ventari, and Cypher Sam allow them to is the question. Tage's going to go ahead, try and get Sensitix down. Cypher Sam coming in for the stomp, and no, it's not enough. He will not be able to damage him before that res goes off. He drops the symbol on himself while he's taking so much damage. But you know, the symbol of Swift is such a great heal for a Guardian, man. Just staying in it with the pulse, it's great.
Indeed it is, but we can see right now that we do have the Lord Rush coming in for the members of Team Pugs Crash. I believe 2 of their members have gone into the base. We do have Can Scout and Super going in, trying to take down the Lord. They are going to be opting to knock out these soldiers here first. However, Can Scout is going to say, screw that, and go directly for the Blue Lord.
Can Scout's like, well, no, I'm going straight for the Lord here. Going to go ahead, rush in. All the spirits are going to come out soon. This is a Spirit of Nature Renewal is the only exception to that. Moldrak is coming in. He sees this going on as well. They're going to try and interrupt the heals. He's locked down. He's chained down. Blue Lord, come on, interrupt the heal. Will they get it? Yeah, they interrupt him. He's not got anything left, and there it is, the end of the game. 560 points.
GG indeed.
For Pugs Crash, so we're going to see another 2-0 in round 2, man.
Indeed. And with that, we are going to be seeing Pugs Crash move on to, I believe, the grand finals now to be taking on 55 HP Monks. So once again, we will be seeing 55 HP Monks move on, or rather, we will be seeing them in the grand finals, but we have a new team in the grand finals this week.
It's Pugs Crash. It is,
it's not necessarily new players, but a new roster.
Definitely not new players. These guys, they've been around the block to Seattle, or at least one of them has, Super has. But, I mean, at the same time, Tage and everyone else on this team are so very skilled and extremely good at this game. So we're going to go ahead and get the finals up ready for you guys. Don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back with some more Guild Wars action, guys. After
Stick
this.
around.